50 supposedly came up there on his motorcycle with a gun looking for Ja, and Supreme told him, oh, I told you not to worry about these guys. They ain't going to do nothing. But that's, if Supreme is up there as like, oh, he's the gangster down with Murder Inc., so no, you know, everybody knows better to go up there. For someone to even go up there with a gun, I could see him thinking about it after the fact. Because when you're using fear and intimidation as a management technique or as your calling card, like that's your thing, you gotta really, it's gotta be all the way. See, love or liking somebody can go up and down a little bit, and I love you a little less, but I still love you. But fear, either I think you're gonna kill me, either I'm afraid of you or I'm not. And if you let certain things happen and the fear goes away, then it's gone. You gotta do. You want to be intimidating, somebody's going to have to get shot sometimes. Somebody's got to die once in a while, or the intimidation is going to go away. So 50 got marked for death. Right in this shooting is where we can really see why 50 Cent will never give up the ghost of hatred towards them. Now, even I have said some of my other Supreme Team things that it was Daryl Hamo Baum who shot him, and 50 said in a song, Hamo shot, again, many men, Hamo shot me. 3 weeks later, he got shot down. Now it's clear that I'm here for a real reason, because he got hit like I got hit. But he ain't fucking breathing. Many men. But Bill Courtney had a good explanation of why it wasn't, 50 thought it was Hamo, but it wasn't.
No, so this kid's son, his street name was Son.
Oh,
he was from the Pink Houses. He had no street rep, nothing, and then all of a sudden he's a shooter. Right after the shooting, he becomes Ja Rule's bodyguard. So I guess that was his bump. You know, after he shot him, he started bodyguarding Ja Rule and went with him.
So now we get back to the killing. So Black Just gets killed in the car with Supreme by E-Money Bags. And not too long after that, Nathan May, Green-Eyed Born, who had been a lieutenant, he's in this famous picture. He's the guy in the white suit there in the front next to Preem. Him and Preem are rivals. Green-Eyed Born got convicted of one of the more serious crimes back in the Supreme Team's era. There was a homicide that I think a teenage girl got killed. He got a bunch of time. I think that may have partially got reversed on appeal. I'm not sure, but him and Supreme are on the outs. Irv Gotti got slapped up by several of the guys the Supreme put successful hits out on. E-Money Bags, Troy Singleton, Green-Eyed Born, Nathan May. So Irv Gotti was, you know, whether he knew it or not, he was the cause of some killing, and I'm sure he had to at least know about it. Doesn't mean he was part of a conspiracy, but 50 Cent went up against a serious killing crew. So $50,000 was paid out for the murders of Troy Singleton and E-Money Bags. Nathan, Green-Eyed Born, May managed to stay alive. He's around. So the shooters that were with Supreme on the day 50 Cent got shot in front of his grandmother's house was God B, who was in some of these old photos from the original Supreme Team. He was part of Kenneth McGriff's inner sanctum there from the start. And Robert Son Lyon. So, and this is him. And this is part of the huge news coverage that the Supreme case got locally. You gotta really remember, like, for members of law enforcement in New York, it doesn't matter how long ago it happened, that assassination of Ed Byrne made anyone, any of those Queens guys, from Fat Cat to Supreme, they wanted them all doing all the time they could give them. And anytime, like, they were after Supreme, and then they found out he was messing around, they wanted him to go down, and he gave them all the, they needed to put him there. But 50 Cent, more than any rapper, you can hear about these guys rapping about just that and the third, but he really did go up against a guy that had a standing kind of crew of hitmen, some of whom ended up turning state's evidence. There's Manny Dog, the guy who arranged the shooters, wasn't even really a shooter. He had a guy, Thor, who also overlapped and doing hits with for Damian World Hardy, who's doing 6 lives for 6 bodies. So Hardy was kind of like a Supreme team, like a kid of Supreme a gift, a guy who was Little Kim's boyfriend for a while. That's another story. But there were teams of killers I call, and 50 Cent is one of the guys that they were on call for. So he barely got out with his life. He easily could have been dead. He did stand up to them, and that's why he's so bitter towards, Irv Gotti helped the people that tried to have him killed, and it's no surprise he feels the way he does about the Lorenzo brothers and said what he said about Irv Gotti. I'm not promoting it. I mean, I wasn't a part of it, but I can see it from his perspective. If someone tried to kill me, supported the person that tried to kill me, has recently made statements, well, right before his death, that he would have sabotaged my career, why not celebrate his death? That's a cold but hard truth. Al Prophet, American Dope.